Hi, I'm Eric Sauer, and thank you for coming back for another episode of... What is this? I don't know what this is. I haven't done anything like this before. I don't know anything about what I'm doing. Why am I even doing this? All right, so that wasn't great. Hey, I'm Eric Sauer, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are catching up. It's been a long damn time since I've released a video, and a lot of it has to do with the subject matter of this video. This is the Boss RE-202 Space Echo. It came out about a month ago, and the original plan for this video was just to do a quick unboxing and, walk through a quick demo of the pedal, take it out of the box, unpackage everything, plug it up, strum a few chords, see what it could do. But the minute I started to plug it in, I realized that I had no idea the complexities and capabilities of this pedal. I don't even know if it's fair to call it a pedal. I mean, look at it. It's huge. I mean, I've seen a couple people now already put this on their pedal boards, but it's a very large pedal. It's almost a desktop format if you ask me. At least for what I'm doing, that's how I'm treating it and using it. But anyway, I realized that to do just an unboxing and a quick demo, number one, to demo it that quickly is not yet within my capacity, not yet within my skill set to give a demo of this pedal straight out of the box. Number two, as soon as I got it hooked up and started playing it, I just kind of lost myself in trying to learn everything that it could do and get really familiar with it. And honestly, for the last 3 weeks, this pedal has really inspired me to play guitar a lot more than I have been. I've been spending most of my time diving into trying to make YouTube videos and doing the One Track at a Time series, which, by the way, there's 3 of those up on the channel. Check them out if you haven't already. So instead of doing just an unboxing, I'm gonna talk through the 5 reasons that I decided to purchase the Boss RE-202 Space Echo. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you one more bonus reason as to why I decided to go with this pedal, which I think is really important for me as a producer, not just a guitarist. So I've been in the market for a pedal like this for probably the last year, when I first really learned about what a tape echo was and what it could sound like. From great channels like Rhett Scholl's, That Pedal Show, the JHS series. And so I've been searching and researching and kind of following the pedal market, looking for the tape delay that I would purchase and use, and this turned out to be it. So for a while I've been tracking other similar products like the Donner Prince Boonar, the Strymon Volante, and other really top quality multi-head tape delay pedals. And when Boss announced this a month ago, I just knew that was the one for me based on the feature set, and that's just the one that I jumped on. So today I'm gonna walk through the 5 reasons that I decided to purchase the Boss RE-202 Space Echo. Let's get going. Number 1 is that it just fills a need that I had for a top-of-the-line tape echo recreation. And since this is the first video that I've ever done talking about delay, and specifically tape delay, I thought this was the right time to give a brief history and an explanation of what tape echo is, how it came to be, and why people love it so much. So here we go. Tape echo became a thing in big recording studios in the mid-1960s. They were invented out of the reel-to-reel tape machines that were in many studios. If you're not familiar with that, it works exactly the same as a cassette tape, where you have 2 reels of magnetic tape, 2 reels with magnetic tape strung between them, where you have 2 wheels holding a strip of magnetic tape, and you have a record head and a play head. Now usually you'll only use either the record head or the play head, depending on whether you are currently recording a track or trying to play it back and listen to it. But what engineers in the studios realized is that you could use the record and play head together to play something back some amount of time later than when it was recorded. And the way that they started to use this is by using it as a live effect in studios during tracking. So what they would do is they would take, say a guitar signal or some other instrument, and they would plug it in and they would split the signal. into two parallel lines. One of those lines would go straight to the amplifier or the effects unit or whatever they were plugging into. And the second line they would send through a tape machine with both the record head and play head engaged. And what you'd get is you'd get the original signal doubled with a little bit of delay on it. So you'd hear it once and then you'd hear it again, you know, maybe half a second later. And that was the first delay. Then eventually they got even more creative and introduced a feedback loop where they would send the delayed signal coming out of the tape back through the tape with a volume control on it so they could control how much signal was getting fed back through. And that's how you get the multiple repeats on a delay. Now, all the pedals these days that are delay pedals, even the ones that call themselves tape delay, they're all digital recreations for the most part. There are a few devices out there that actually still use small tape reels inside of a pedal, but for the most part, they're all digital recreations. And the RE-202 is no different. What Boss has done here is digitally recreate the old RE-201 Space Echo unit from the 1970s. This very much looks like an RE-201 from the 1970s with the faceplate here and the style of the knobs and everything, but they've given it to us in a much more compact package, which is really useful for guitarists and recording engineers. And so the first sample that I'm going to play is what's often called slapback delay, which is a really short delay time that just adds a little bit of atmosphere to the original guitar signal. Reason number two that I chose the Boss RE-202 is that not only it is a great example of a tape delay, it's also a multi-head tape delay. So I've already talked about how a tape delay is a record head and a play head engaged on a tape at the same time. Multi-head tape delay just means that there are multiple play heads at different sections of the tape. And so when you send in a signal, instead of just getting one repeat from that play head, now you're getting multiple repeats from those multiple playheads. The original RE-201 from the 70s had 3 playheads. What Boss has done with the RE-202 is added a 4th playhead and has given us a controller knob that allows us to select all the different combinations of those 4 playheads. So you can do just head 1, you can do heads 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and so on for 12 different combinations of playheads. And this allows us to get some really interesting rhythmic sounds where you can kind of play along with the rhythm of the delay and get some really unique and interesting sounds. So reason number 3 that I got the Boss RE-202 Space Echo is the fine-grained controls that they've included in this pedal. For example, I have a knob here for wow and flutter, which basically emulates the imperfections of a tape going through a machine, you know, and warping and getting stretched and pulled as it goes through the tape machine. You can control the amount of that with this knob. Another similar effect is you can switch the tape age from new to aged, and basically emulate how a strip of tape wears out over time and basically gets darker. So the new tape is nice and bright and clear, and when you switch to the aged tape, you get this kind of warm darkness that's really pleasant to listen to. In addition to the tape age and wow and flutter, we also have a bass and treble EQ control, so you can really dial in exactly the type of delay sounds that you want. And when we add these all together, we have just a lot of options for tweaking and customization. Reason number 4 that I chose the Boss RE-202 Space Echo is the reverb. So Boss has included in this pedal an emulation of the original spring reverb that was in the old Space Echo units. And the thing that I really like about this is that they've allowed you to isolate the reverb and basically use this, like turn off the delay, turn down everything else, and essentially just use this as a reverb pedal. So not only am I getting a great delay pedal, but I also have, if I wanted, a standalone reverb pedal that I can use as well. Now, there isn't a way with the foot switches to just turn on the reverb, but through tweaking the knobs, you can get just the reverb if you just want to use that. Not only has Boss given us a standalone spring reverb that emulates the old Echo units, but they've also added in several other reverb algorithms that you can select through the submenu. And so there's a hall and a plate reverb as well that you can use. And so they've really packed this thing with extra features in addition to capturing the nostalgia of the old Space Echo units. Reason number 5 that I picked this pedal is that I can also use it as a standalone gain stage. Now, some of you may know that some of these old tape Echo units from the 70s have really legendary preamps in them that people still lust after today. The preamp is used in an Echo unit to get the tiny little guitar signal up to basically a line level signal that can be written to tape, because otherwise when the signal gets written to tape, and played back, you'd barely be able to hear it and it really wouldn't have much of an effect. So these preamps were really crucial in the old units to be able to push the signal through the tape machine. The preamp on the old Space Echo is no exception. It not only boosted the signal, but also added a really nice tonality that guitarists have sought after for decades since. There have been countless pedals that just try to deliver the tone of some of these old delay preamps, whether it's the Space Echo or the Echoplex. Boss made sure to include that preamp in this pedal. Not only did they include a preamp, an emulation of that preamp, but they also included a saturation control so that we can decide how much signal to send through the delay. And if that wasn't enough, the saturation control can be set to have effect on the dry guitar signal as well. This essentially gives us a single knob overdrive built into this pedal as well. If you turn the reverb and delay controls all the way down, you have a standalone overdrive pedal that has a really, really unique breakup and clipping character to it. So that was the 5 reasons that I chose the Boss RE-202 Space Echo. But there's actually one more reason, and one more reason which might just lead into an entirely new other video for me. A bonus reason that I decided to buy this particular pedal. This is something I think is really smart on the part of Boss and really pushed my decision over the edge to buy this pedal over some of the other ones that I was looking at, is that in addition to all the features that I've already talked about, they've also included an input level control where I can flip between the pedal being optimized for a tiny little guitar signal. I can switch it to a line level signal, which is basically the strength of the signal when it comes out of the amplifier. What that does is make this not just a guitar pedal that you'd use in line with all of your other guitar pedals before your amp, but it can also be used as a studio tool, and a standalone effects unit that you could put into the effects loop of your interface or your console. And because of that line level control, I'm gonna be able to use this pedal to add delay and reverb to vocals and to keyboards and synths and other instruments. I'll be able to use this in post-production during the mixing phase to add effects to already recorded tracks later on. And I just think that just makes this pedal so versatile and so worth the money, for me at least, to be able to use it not just as a guitar player, but also as a recording engineer and producer in my up-and-coming new home studio. So if you couldn't tell from watching this video, I am so excited about this pedal. I hope to feature it in some future videos. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see from this pedal or see from this channel in general. I'm definitely planning on making another video about how I use this pedal as a studio tool rather than a guitar effect. I'll make sure and add that video to the description link for this video when it comes out. If you're still with me at this point in the video, thank you so much, and I'm sorry for being so verbose. If you can't tell, I'm super excited about this new pedal, and I just wanted to tell people about it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. How was my explanation of tape echo? Did I get anything wrong? I know that there are plenty of you out there that know way more about this than I do, so any corrections or anything that you have for me, please put them in the comments. Let me know what it was that I got wrong about my tape echo explanation. Anyway, I can't thank you enough for watching to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until we see each other again, go make something.